Shekalim daf Yud Tes. There's a tremendous machlokes achronim about the halacha that if you find meat, if you're not sure if you left a kosher meat store or a treifa meat store, the halacha is you go basaroiv. So there's a tremendous machlokes achronim. Do you go and you look at the majority of the stores, and if there's majority of the stores that are selling kosher meat, then it's kosher, and if the majority is treifa meat, then it's treif. Or you look at the majority of the meat, how much meat there is the kaveya, and that overrides the amount of stores there are. The hekdesh and the Beis Meir and many other achronim hold you look at the roiv of the meat stores, and it's not totally the roiv of the meat. However, the Chachmas Adam and the Beis Ephraim understand that you have to look at the roiv basar. You don't look at the roiv of the meat stores. Both of Mahalchim bring rayas from our Mishnah that you test them Aleph and Shekalim. The Chachmas Adam in the Sefer Bin Adam brings a raya. They have to look at the roiv basar, and you don't look at the roiv of the meat stores. The Mishnah says that if you find money between the shofars of Shekalim and the shofars and the David, there were shofars, there were special boxes that were made to accept the coin of those that giving machzah shekel, and there was similar boxes that are called shofars that were made to give for the covenants of the Davar. And if you find money between the boxes, if it's carved the Shekalim, Yipul, Shekalim, carved Davar, Yipul, and Davar. The Rav says that the halacha that's totally in carved is because of halacha it's more than more babastaf chav gimel that you go bus a carve, and he says it's tzarachin because we pass in the roiv a carve hulach haroiv. So the Rav and the Rishonim, the one like that, is talking about there is no roiv, there's no majority against the curve, so therefore you go bust the curve. So the Binas Adam asks, if that's the case, the only reason why you look at the curve of the Shekalim is because there is no majority of money in other boxes. It's tzarachin because there's only one box, there's only one shofar for Shekalim, and there's 6 boxes, there's 6 shofaros for Nedava. So you should go bust the roiv, because the halacha is roiv the curve halacha roiv. So the Binas Adam says it must be, you see from here, that even though there's more boxes, there's more shofaros of Nedava, it doesn't make a difference, because you don't look at the stores, you don't look at the shofaros, you have to look at how much meat there is, how much money there is, and it doesn't make a difference the fact there's more boxes of Nedava. Shimon Shayosher has a harichas about this inyan, and he says that you can be madcha the raya, although there's 6 shofaros for the Nedava, there's 13 shofaros altogether, so there's more shofaros that are not for the Nedava. Ein Beis Yitzchak from Yitzchak, it's a cover that says that since there's more money in the shofar of Shekalim, so therefore you could assume that the people that brought the money for the Shekalim, it fell from them, and you go basaroiv. The hekdesh has narichas back and forth from many rayas, and he brings a raya from the Mishnah that says if you find a mitzvah, if there's roiv Yisrael, chayav lahachris, you have to return the aveda. And he asks, there's roiv, the goyim have more money than Yidden. So the roiv hashirim of goyim, even in the situation roiv hashirim of goyim, nevertheless, if there's more yidden, you have to return it. So you should go boss a roiv of the money. So you see, you don't go boss a roiv of money. You look at the people. You look at the people that since is roiv Yisrael, you have choiv lahachritz. He says that's my shmois of the shas of poiskim in many areas. You look at the roiv chanuyos and not the roiv basar. But he asks for shver from the Rav in our Mishnah. Like we mentioned before, the Rav says that you go boss a korev is because there's no roiv contrary to the korev. It's mashma, if there would be a roiv, you go boss a roiv, even though that roiv is there's more money in one shofar. So you see the fact there's more money in one shofar, that roiv of money is kaveya. So what then you have roiv basar in one meat store, that should be kaveya the roiv. So the hekdesh is mechalik. He says it depends what the yesod of the suffix was. If you have something that was purish memelo, or somebody took out the item without understanding where he's taking it from. Over there he says, you go basar roiv basar. And he explains the understanding is, if you'll have basar many different marketplaces, you'll go basar roiv of the marketplaces that have the roiv. So the fact that the basar is in one area doesn't make a difference and doesn't make it less than the fact that it's only in one area and not divided in many stores. However, if you have a case like the Aveda, over there, the suffix is who lost Aveda. So you're analyzing, and the main focus is who lost Aveda. For over there, you go basar roiv people, and that's not totally in roiv basar. And the same way, if a person put the chayfetz, the basar midas, the suffix is who put the basar there. So therefore, you go basar roiv of the people, and it's not totally roiv basar. Moving further on, the Mishnah says, Moish nimtzav neisecher behemas meiser, Moish that's found in the harabayis, lo'ilam chulin. The chatzer asks, why is the halacha that Moish nimtzav nei the harabayis is chulin? Harabayis belongs to the Beis Hamikdash, so the harabayis should be koine with kinyan chatzer, and therefore the money should become hekdesh. And how could someone take the money for himself? The Magen Avram brings from the Sefer Aguda that says that there's no kinyan chatzer for hekdesh. Chatzer is mishum yadis rabbi ve'ein yad hekdesh, and the Aguda says who did if somebody finds money in the Beis HaKnesses of the shul is not koine with kinyan chatzer because ein yad hekdesh. And be'emes it's machlokes rishonim, ayin toises and Babasta Vaintes that says there's no chatzer hekdesh ein yad hekdesh. However, the Ramban says there is a kinyan chatzer for hekdesh, and there's only no mi'ilah. If you have a chayfetz that's nikne to hekdesh through kinyan chatzer, since it's not kodesh b'kedushas peh, there's no mi'ilah, but there is a kinyan chatzer for hekdesh. The chatzer answers this kasha. The reason why hekdesh is not koine is because it's beisura us the other. Since the chayfetz fell, the money fell in hekdesh before the owner of the money knew about it and it wasn't miyayish. So therefore it's beisura us the other. There was an obligation to return the chayfetz to the bailam. So in such a situation, before in the sugi babakami, you're not koine b'kinyan chatzer because it's beisura us the other. And he says it's mavur like that in Rishonim, Rosh, and Yosef, and Bamatzia, the Matzah Begal, you're not koine because it's bisur asal liyadei. However, he says according to other Rishonim, they explain that the Matzah Begal in the Sugyan Bamatzia is not koine is because there's no das to be koine. That wouldn't pertain to hekdesh because hekdesh lo midas kedi midas domi, and it's considered as if you have das for kinyan. And the chatzer asks on the Sefer Aguda, then Beis HaKnesses, it's not considered like a chatzer hekdesh, it's considered a chatzer shutfin, and you should be koine b'kinyan chatzer. Ayin imri Moshe that asks on the chatzer, how could the chatzer explain the reason why you're not koine the hekdesh is because it's beisur us the other there's obligation to return the chayfetz to the owner, and therefore hekdesh is not koine. So here, first of all, according to Rava, the yish lo midas have yish. So as soon as the bailam lost it, it's considered behitera asal liyadei. And he says furthermore, hekdesh has no chayvas hashavas aveda. Only a private individual has a mitzvah hashavas aveda. Hekdesh has no mitzvah hashavas aveda, so therefore it shouldn't be considered beisura asal liyadei. He says the same way a cotton that finds a mitzvah, it's not considered suras the other because the cotton has no obligation to return the chayvet to the bailam. Ayin Ruvain that says although we find that there's two mahalchim in the Rishonim why yisur the other is not koine, either because there's already an obligation to return it, or the fact that you are nischayev b'hashava, you're considered like a shomer, and therefore you're not koine with kinyan chatzer. He says it's mavur and the Rosh a different understanding that the geder is the isuras of the other is that you're only koine with years at the time the chayfetz originally comes into your shus, you koine with the kinyan years. However, if it's bisur as the other and at the time it came to your shus, you weren't able to be koine, you're not koine from the original years. Eine Besser Zalman and the Stiplet say a little different. let's say the Isur Asad so it never became an Aveda, and therefore it's not Shaykh a kinyan Yish. So over here also by hekdesh, although they don't have a chivas hashava, they don't have a din shomer, but hamiyas and nakoina with kinyan chatzer. A different heritage could say, according to a tremendous yisoid that's more in the Sefer Mishnah Shalom from Shalom and Ashagali, there's Shiva Beis Talmud, that he proves that there's two different halachas in the halacha of Isur Asad Liyadeh. One halacha is that the Bailim is mechuyev in the hashava of the chayfetz, and there's another halacha mitzad the chefetz itself, that the din of the chefetz is to be returned to its Bailim. That itself is meineya and stops you from being koina. And that's also considered Isur Asad Liyadeh. It proves, and you have it in your chatzer, and you don't know that is naveda, there's not mechuyev b'hashavos, but nevertheless the chefetz is mechuyev b'hashava, and that's enough to be considered Isur Asad Liyadeh. And he says, Shlomo Hayman says that if zaken vein l'chivoide, since he's potter from hashavas aveda, it's not considered Isur Asad Liyadeh. But he says no, since the chefetz is mechuyev b'hashava, just the gavra is potter in hashava, it is considered Isur Asad Liyadeh. And he proves from Kvega says if you pick up an Aveda that doesn't have a siman, although you're not mechuyev in hashava because it doesn't have a siman, but it's considered Isur Asad Liyadeh because the din of the chefetz is to be returned to the Bailim. According to his Yisod, we could answer beautifully the Moshe's kasha and the chatzer that by a chatzer hekdesh, although there's no gavra that's mechuyev in hashava, but hamiyas the din of the chefetz is to be returned to its Bailim, so it's considered Isur Asad Liyadeh, and therefore hekdesh is not koine with kinyan chatzer.